Role registration is the most modern and efficient registration that Rallybound offers. Example on the front would be this is essentially roll through the process of registering. So we'll enter an email address. Next. If the user is recognized, which in this case it is, the user will be prompted to enter their password here. Otherwise, they'll enter their name and email address. It's important to note that at this time, Rallybound has stored the beginning of the registration and has a record, and you will be able to see if this person abandons registration. What we have here is the role selector. The default roles on Rallybound are a fundraiser and an attendee role. The fundraiser role is what allows somebody to receive a fundraising page. The attendee role is an example of an additional role, which will be used to collect questions that are specific to that type of activity. Finally, you can choose both of the roles here. These are all dictionary terms, so you would be able to change the display name of any of these and retain this functionality. I'm going to select both roles. That some information has popped in here. This is because I have it stored on my profile in Rallybound associated with the email address that I logged in with. On the fundraiser role, I'll set my fundraising goal amount. I can name the campaign if I would like to. And then I can put in my short URL. Maybe I want it to be pacificocean.rallybound/5K, Brian B. I can also say I'm going to attend the event, or I could say I'm just fundraising and I'm not attending. And you have the option to add fields under each role. And it's very common for people to add fields such as t-shirt size, start time, that type of thing for an event. Finally, here you have the option to view or create a team. I'm going to create a team called Example Team, and I am going to join that team. Have the option of a short URL here. In this case, I will just accept the default. Here I can register an additional user if I would like. Important to note, I can add somebody to my account. This means they don't have an email address and I'll be managing their page for them. Whereas this one under their own account, you would be prompted to put that person's email address in. They're then asked the exact same questions as you are. You would hit save and you can add as many as you would like to. Otherwise, I can hit here and complete registration. If we pivot to the back under Forms Registration Builder, we can see the two roles here. I can mark a fee it as required. I can charge a registration fee by putting a price in here. I can limit the amount of registrants. And I can also, should I want to, add fields to the role. So I don't think we would need to add fields to the fundraiser role, which gives you the page. However, in the case of an attendee, it's very likely that you're going to want some additional information about that person. So these are the different field types that you can put in. As an example, if we were to create a dropdown called T-shirt size, you can put different options in, and perhaps a small shirt costs $10 and maybe a XXX costs 12. This is just to exemplify that you can add different prices to different fields, and you can add as many of these fields as you would like to. One more note, you can also add additional roles. So if you are going to have people be able to sign up for volunteer shifts, you might add a volunteer role. You can add a description in, please use this to sign up for a shift prior to the event. And then you could add fields here. So you might want to add a pick list that asks, somebody what time they're going to come. So maybe we'll have 7 a.m. and you can also mark this as required because perhaps if somebody is signing up, they're going to need to tell you what time they're coming. There's an unlimited amount of roles that you can add here. However, the important thing to note is if you add a role other than fundraiser and attendee, then we will actually skip the selector role in which we had fundraiser, attendee plus fundraiser, and you'll just go to a screen where you can make all of your selections.